Hi, I'm Shelley.
And I'm Kate, and you're listening to One Lump or Two,
the boldest breast cancer podcast yet.
Join us each week as we offer an intimate glimpse into the challenges, triumphs and unexpected levity of facing breast cancer head-on in our 30s.
Now, let's pull back the curtain and dive on in.
Trigger warning. This episode contains talk of death. We will hear the following sound at the beginning of the conversation and again at the end. Feel free to not listen to that part. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, actually. I'm tired today. I'm feeling 100%. Don't worry though, guys, because I'm going to be on top
You're in for a real treat.
Yeah.
What was the date?
Okay, guys, are you ready for this? It was really good.
I think I need to put my tea down.
So, since I spoke to you last, I've actually been on 2 dates with the same person.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know.
So immediately top of the list.
By default, yeah.
8-star data.
I feel like he asked me when we were on our second date, he said, like, what did you tell your friends about me? And I was like, well, I said it was a nice date, but like, I'm not going to lie to you, the bar was low. So it was actually really nice. Like, it wasn't just the fact that he showed up. It was a nice date. He was nice. He is speaking to me consistently. He bought me a drink and we went and played crazy golf for our second date. We met for a coffee first and I got there and he'd already bought, like, the coffee was waiting for me when I arrived.
Good man.
It's just been really good. I'm not going to say too much because obviously if he listens to this, then that's really embarrassing for me.
But by the time you listen to it, we'll be a few weeks out. So we're what, 4 weeks behind?
Yeah, true.
So
that's still not that long.
He's not told you 4 weeks though. He's still listening.
Imagine if he listened to that me going, oh my god, it was so nice. I feel like I've had a really good week. I guess generally I've, had a good time.
Just been a bit flat today.
Yeah, I think I'm just feeling a bit run down. I've just been really busy. What with my, 2 dates and 1 week. It's been a lot for me. I need at least like 2 days at home really to sort of recover and recuperate just from general life.
Yeah.
And I haven't had that. I've not even had 1 day at home to just rest. So I think I'm just feeling like, fuck, I need to be in bed all day. But how's your week been?
My week's been okay.
Yeah.
Up until today when I got a phone call from the hospital. So immediately heart plummets when you see that telephone.
When you see the 01865.
Yeah.
What? Because no one else calls me from that number.
They were calling to book my annual MRI, which is fine. I knew it was coming. It's due end of February, so I was expecting a phone call within the next 2 weeks. Picked up and then she was like, we need to time it with your periods. When was your last period? And I said, I don't have periods. I'm in medical menopause.
Yeah.
And she went, oh, that's the same as last time, wasn't it? And I was really taken back.
She was with the tone.
Like, yeah, I know I'm 32 and I should be menstruating, but I'm not, okay?
I'm having cancer. Like, you're booking me for an annual breast screening.
Yeah. So then got that booked in. That's in a couple of weeks' time. And then I put the phone down and then I just burst into tears. And that evil little, like, cancer anxiety brain in my head went, you've definitely got cancer and you're going to die.
Yeah.
And then I was just sat there bawling my eyes out and I texted you about it almost instantly.
Yeah.
I'm just having a great little time here crying. I love this.
But it happens though. Like, you don't think about it until, you do, but not to the point where, until you get that call where it's like, we're going to book you in for a scan and immediately like scanxiety just kicks in and you are just, you've not even had the scan and you're already scared of what the results are going to be.
I voice noted my friend about it once I got over it. And as I was voice noting her about it, I was talking and then the voice inside my head was like, God, you are hiding so much trauma behind you. So I was just like, I'm not going to die.
And you're not going to die.
I'm not going to die.
You will eventually,
but not this year, hopefully.
Hopefully not this year. No, it will be fine. But there's nothing to stop the scanxiety.
No,
it kicks in immediately.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Scans in a couple of weeks, and then hopefully all clear.
Yeah,
this time next month.
Great.
But what we're talking about today, Shelley?
So, you guys are going to be like, "Why are you so weird?" We're talking about death and I've been really excited to talk about death. Like, genuinely excited. I'm buzzing to talk about death. I'm ready. I think about death on the reg. I think you do as well.
Quite a lot today.
And no one talks about it. No one wants to talk about it because it's so morbid. But I feel like at the moment I have a good relationship with death. I mean, obviously I have not been told that I'm dying anytime soon. But
good.
It's weird because I think you immediately associate cancer with death,
right? Even though that's not the way the stats tend to go these days.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come out the other side of it and you're a bit like, oh, that was a pretty close brush with it.
Yeah.
And you just feel okay about it. I feel like if I was to die now, I'd be sad that I was going to die now.
But I was going to say, are you going to say, like, I'd be okay with it? I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be okay with it, but I feel like I'd be less scared about it than I had been 2 years.
Had a lot of time to process the reality of death.
Yeah. And I think it's knowing that I've had something that could kill me and it could still come back and kill me one day.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee that if it comes back, I will catch it as early. That card is out of my hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On the cancer front, at least.
Yeah. Death is out of everybody's hands. I've spoken with my therapist a lot about death. She sort of said to me, death happens all around us every single second of every single day. Mm-hmm. And you don't notice it. People die every day, and it's not just people. Like, I'm great at killing houseplants. Like, my plants die all the time. You know, you might step on an ant.
Mice
that
in this house.
Yeah, your cat killed a mouse. Like, things just die. Even like, you know, the stars in the sky, they die. Everything dies. And I think we need to just get better about having a better relationship with death.
Things can't last forever.
No. You know that scene in Barbie where she's dancing and then she just suddenly goes, does anyone else think about death? That's me.
Yeah.
I think about death all the time, and I tell my friends that I think about death all the time, and they find it really sad. I don't actually think it's that sad anymore.
It's not
because we're all gonna. It is normal. We are all gonna die. But I think the difference is for us, we've had to come to the reality that we may die sooner than we had maybe planned.
Yeah.
Or we originally thought. You know, everybody wants to die when they're old and they want to die in their sleep really peacefully. That's not the reality.
This is going to sound really weird, but I think getting a cancer diagnosis is like the instant death of a lot of things at the moment in time. Like it's the death and the loss of who you were, all the things that come from it. So I think you get really used to grieving really quickly.
Because you do, I mean, I still grieve for like the person I was before.
I look at pictures of myself from before and I feel like I don't know who that person is anymore.
Yeah.
She's just so young, stranger who carefree looks like me.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually have 2 questions that I want to ask you that sort of relate to death and like grieving our past selves. Someone asked me the other day, like, what age would you go back to? Like, you know, I want to be like 25. It's a really nice age. Like, you're not too young, you're not too old. Like, it's a great, you know, mid-20s is a great time.
Yeah.
So, like, what age would you go back to, knowing that, like, this is to come, I guess? Would you go back to being a certain age?
Annoyingly, my gut instinct says I want to go back to being 30, because at the time I was diagnosed, I really liked my life. We were settled, the kids were settled, we had a routine, and everything was falling into place. 30 was when I started to feel like, I'm an adult. Like, I've got my shit together. This is it, which is frustrating because 2 months later I'm then diagnosed.
Yeah.
So I'm not choosing a very good portion of my life.
I think just those 2 months when you were really happy.
I go back to like 26, 27 when I was out all the time, getting drunk and never home. But I wasn't very happy.
Right. Fair.
What did you do?
It's difficult, isn't it? I answered the question before I really thought about the whole cancer thing. And I said I'd want to go back to being like 23, maybe.
Okay.
Just because I think it's a nice age. Like, you finish uni, you're a bit like young and carefree, and, you know, you have energy to go out all the time. Not that I'm never like a massive like clubber or anything.
Yeah.
I was like quite sociable, but then I don't think I could go back knowing that in 6 years' time I was going to be diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
So if someone said like, do you want to go back to being 23? No, I genuinely don't think I would.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to live those 6 years anxiously awaiting my cancer diagnosis.
If you did go back, but you knew this was to come, would you do anything different with that time?
I mean, I'd push the doctors more when they told me that I didn't have cancer.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, if like everything was to stay the same,
Yeah.
it's a hard one to say.
Because I think your natural instinct is to be like, yeah, I do all these things that I wanted to do and now I can't. But I don't know if I would, because
no regrets.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because it's so hypothetical. Hypothetically, like, I guess, yeah, like maybe I would travel more, but you know, at that time in my life, I was doing the things that were making me happy.
Yeah.
So I guess no.
Even hypothetically, we still chose not to.
Yeah. So that makes me sad. Like, so second question. Full of questions today. Obviously, we were just talking about grieving our past selves.
Yeah.
Do you think cancer has sort of changed you as a person?
Yes.
Because I do as well. Obviously, I'm still me.
Yeah.
But I think I have different personality, like tendencies and traits.
Yeah.
Now.
I say it's made me a bit feistier.
Do you prefer the person that you are now to the person that you were before cancer?
I think so.
Yeah.
There are some parts I don't prefer. Like, I'm way more anxious.
Yeah.
I never used to like second guess my decisions in quite the way I do now. And I don't really know where that's come from. I definitely stand my ground a lot more.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like because I know how much it's taking me to get through every day, I need to fight for all the best things to make getting through the day easier. Even if that is like just a really stupid tiny thing, like somebody isn't helping me out with something around the house that they could be, and they're just not seeing it. He's not too bad.
It's hard because, like you said, there's aspects of myself that I really don't like now, in terms of, I don't like the fact that I'm tired immediately. I don't like the fact that I'm so anxious. Personality-wise, I think I have changed, and I do prefer my personality now. I think I am more confident in certain things. I'm more confident in what I'm saying. I'm more confident in my choices, and I'm more like you. I'm more likely to be like, nah, fuck this, like this isn't serving me, I'm not going to do it. And I think that is kind of linked to the death side of things, because I do think, why am I wasting my precious time doing something that isn't working for me? And I sort of take that into like dating as well. Like, I think I have been on quite a lot of first dates and I talk about how like the guys are dickheads and stuff, but I do think like some of that is down to me being like, no,
you're not accepting.
These are my boundaries. These are my like terms and conditions, if you will. If you're not meeting them, I don't have time for this. So I'm a lot more like firm. I'm a lot more like, I have strong boundaries, and I like that about myself now.
I like that about you, yeah.
Thank you. If I could go back to the person I was before cancer and just not have cancer, great. Yeah. Any day of the week.
I like that.
She was great. But I do like the person that I am now. And I think that is thanks to cancer.
It's really easy, because our brains are naturally wired to look at the negative, to look at the last few years and go, well, what did I get out of the last few years?
Yeah.
You don't see the way I hate the term, but growing.
Yeah.
As you go through it, because you're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
But now it's far enough behind us. Like, I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, I know you're somebody different, and I know you're as equally great as the woman 2 years ago, but you're just made of harder stuff and not cancer anymore.
Yeah.
And she was still made of cancer.
Yeah.
It would have been growing in her for a couple of years.
Couple of years. Do you think?
They say it can. No. They say it can take like up to 5 years for the cancer to become a lump that you will notice.
Shut up. 5 years. Even though we both had like grade 3 cancer. So like super quick growing. And it still would have taken that long.
It could have. It might have been quicker in our cases, but they say in general, because if you think of all the cells that have to
tiny, aren't they?
To create the lump.
I don't like.
No, I don't like,
because that makes me scared.
It means I probably had cancer since I was 25.
Also, it makes me scared like now. Like, what if they left a tiny cancer cell in there? I don't like that you told me that. I'm sorry.
Would you like to go back to death?
I want to go back to talking about death, please.
couple of months ago, actually it was around your birthday, actually.
Yeah.
We were sat on a bench in the park and Shelley's phone went off. Oh, it's just my death quote. And I was like, what? Turns out she's got an app that's a frog and it sends her, is it daily?
Yeah, like 5 times a day.
Daily death quotes. So
Yeah. Yeah, so it's called WeCroak. And
it's not available on Android, unfortunately.
so some of them are so weird, but some of them I actually really like. So I'll just read you a couple that are a bit of both. So this one says, people are born soft and weak, they die hard and stiff. I don't really like that one. That one's a bit like, it's true, but I don't know how that's inspiring. This one I quite liked. Death is terrifying because it's so ordinary. It happens all the time.
Yeah, like a therapist said.
Yeah.
She's the frog.
She's the frog, no. Every minute of every hour of every day, you are making the world just as you are making yourself. And you might as well do it with generosity and kindness and style. That's nice, but it's not really about death though. But it's a nice like motivational quote. Remember that when you leave this earth, you can take with you nothing that you have received, only what you have given. A full heart enriched by honest service, love, sacrifice, and courage.
Again, nice.
Yeah, so basically just remember to be kind.
Always.
Here we go. This is one of my favourites. If I am killed, I can die but once, but to live in constant dread of it is to die over and over again.
That's quite good.
You shouldn't dread death.
The frog is saying, stop worrying about death.
Essentially, yeah. And some of them are random, some of them are good, some of them are just a bit like this hasn't helped me whatsoever. Sometimes I read them and I'm like,
or worse,
what does that even mean? The one today is, my heart has joined the 1,000 for my friend stopped running today, which is a sad one.
It's a sad one, yeah.
But it's true because everybody has someone that they've lost.
Yeah.
Really. We're all connected. It's the only thing that everybody in this world has in common is death. So you don't just get the quotes, like the little notification bar that pops up says, reminder, you're going to die. Every single person, apart from you, who I've told that I have this app and it pings 5 times a day and it tells me that I'm going to die, basically said, are you okay? That was absolutely everybody's response. Are you okay?
Except me, who went, wait, I want to download.
Yeah. And my response was just, no, I'm not. Also, yeah, like the thing is, and this might not be true, but I feel like unless you've experienced genuine reality of death, you don't get it because that's not something that you're thinking about. It's not something you're worrying about. But for me, I do think about death every single day.
Yeah.
And that app really helps me normalize it.
Have you thought about what you want to happen when you die?
Yeah, all the time. In detail.
Details.
So before I die, of course, what should do? I basically want to have a living funeral.
Okay.
And that is essentially what it says on the tin. It's a funeral whilst you're still alive.
Yeah.
I want to hear all the nice things people are saying about me.
Yeah. Why can people say it to a dead body, but they can't say it to your face?
Yeah. So I want to have a living funeral and I want everybody to make a speech. How amazing I am. Chris Hellenga, who is the founder of Copperfield, she had a living funeral last year in 2023 and it just looked amazing. And she wrote a whole blog about it and, you know, her reasons for doing it and what she did there. And it just sounded so great and a real chance for people to celebrate your life.
Yeah.
And obviously it was so sad. And she had like little, she bought from IKEA little cuddly cats. As you walked in, you get a little emotional support cat from the basket.
Yes,
so cute. I want to see all of my friends and family and loved ones all together in one place celebrating my life.
Yeah.
And obviously I will have a sort of a regular funeral, but probably not. I don't want to spend loads of money on a funeral. I want to be cremated. I want to be scattered. I don't know where. I sort of want to be scattered all over the place. I definitely want some of me to go in the ocean. My mum and dad can just choose a place like locally where they want to scatter me because I want somewhere where people can go and visit.
Yeah.
If they want to. I think most of me just wants to go in the ocean, to be honest. I love the ocean.
I want the ocean ideas. I want like just no fuss.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the things I realised while going through all of this was like my need to look after other people and make sure that everyone I'm leaving behind is grand or as grand as they can be. So I felt very much like, I don't want to waste my money on big funeral or fancy casket or flowers or like just chuck me in the fire and burn me. I really don't care. I love a fire.
The thing is, like, you're gonna be dead.
Let me go out the way I'd like to.
Yeah.
You know, up in flames.
Yeah.
Scatter me.
Mhm.
Like wherever the people that are left behind want to.
Yeah.
Whether if they want to do that, so somewhere that they can visit, fine. If they just want to chuck me off a cliff, again, fine. I don't really care.
Mhm.
I find funerals just the most awkward experiences I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Because everybody's really upset, but everybody's also trying to not be quite as upset because
Yeah.
then it's just a room of sad people.
Mhm.
And I can't deal with a room of sad people when I'm alive. So I don't want to deal with it when I'm dead.
Well, you're gonna be dead, so
Being little
Matt,
ghosts
you.
being like, guys, cheer up. Cheer up. The funeral's about the people that are left behind.
Yeah, it is. And if the people that are left behind are going to feel better by having a proper funeral for me,
Yeah.
then by all means. But
memorial.
I want my main funeral to be the living funeral. And then when I actually die, just put me in the cheapest coffin, cremate me, and then put me in the ocean.
When I was very, very little and my great-grandma died and the funeral director came to my mum's house,
Mhm.
I convinced myself that he had her bones in the briefcase that he was carrying.
Oh my, like her skeleton.
Yeah, he was just carrying her around with him.
What happened to like the flesh?
I don't know. I don't have any of the answers, but that memory has just stuck with me.
You remember so much the sadness of death. You don't ever remember anything else in your life as much as you remember like death. I don't feel like joy or happiness as much as I would feel sadness for someone I've lost.
Yeah.
I never really understood why that is. Like, why can we never ever let go of death, but we can let go of happy memories so easily?
I also think when I'm dead, it's probably the worst I'm ever going to look at any point. And the number one
corpse.
the number one spot of me looking worse is definitely going through treatment. I don't want people in the room to remember me looking really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
what would you have an open casket? I definitely would not have an open casket.
Maybe it depends. If I knew I was going out, maybe I could make that decision. Because if I'm going out because I've got cancer again and I've lost my hair and I look awful, no. I don't want to leave that memory with anybody.
No.
I just, burn me, incinerate me and be done with it.
Nice. We are in the unique position if we get told we're going to die because of cancer. We know
in the background.
Yeah, we know we're going to die. And this is roughly how much time we have left.
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about bucket lists and your sort of opinion on them. If you have one.
I hate a bucket list.
So do I.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
think that
negative things.
I think they're really cliche, and they put so much pressure on you to like go out and do all these amazing things. I want to see this and I want to do this before I die. When in reality, like especially if you're going through cancer treatment, the reality is you don't have energy for that shit anyway.
I think a lot of the things that people put on their bucket lists, they provide you with a life experience, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily enrich your life long term.
All I want to do if I get told I'm going to die is spend as much time with friends and family as possible.
Yeah, doing stupid, funny things.
That's my bucket list.
Yeah.
Because I want them to have like lasting memories of me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be off gallivanting half around the world with myself, skydiving or doing something random that in the end only I'm going to remember and I'm going to be dead.
So Shelley bought me, just looking at my bookshelf.
Yeah, speaking of bucket lists and how much we hate them.
Shelley bought me a book called The Bucket Done It List.
Yeah.
3,669 things to do or not. I've been through this book, every single page, and I've already started ticking some off.
Yeah.
So I've already done some just through life. But there's stupid things in here, like page 40, mastered barefoot water skiing.
You gonna do that?
This sounds fun. Also on this page, which I've ticked off, compare scars with someone.
Nice. So we did that.
We did that.
Yeah.
Pet a hairless cat. My neighbour's got a hairless cat.
Yeah, nice.
Done it. There's all sorts of things in here. Some of them are serious ones, like go and visit these great wonders of the world and all that kind of stuff. Some of them are sabre a champagne bottle,
Nice.
start a graphic novel book club, qualify for an Amex card, collect black velvet paintings.
They're just really stupid and they're ridiculous. But there's no pressure at all added to them. It's like you can just tick and be like, yeah, I did that. Or it's just like, oh, fuck off. Like, there's no way I want to do that. And then you just be like, nah, fuck it.
There is one in here that's start a podcast.
Tick.
Done it.
Tick, tick, tick.
Done
Big
it.
tick.
Done it. I would heavily recommend this book for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't like bucket lists, but this would be my bucket list.
It's just funny. Got a day where you're like, I'm bored, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Go and pet a hairless cat.
Flip a pancake like a boss. Walk on the canals of Venice when I've got my holiday home.
Yes. Yeah.
Drink bulletproof coffee. Get a tongue piercing. I had so much fun looking through this. And there's so many things in here that you wouldn't consider bucket list items.
No. So I think the thing with bucket lists is people think of bucket lists as these big ticket.
Once in a
lifetime. I'm going to travel around the world.
But when you're dead or dying, do you honestly think you're going to lie and be like, oh, I'm so glad that I went swimming with pigs?
Yeah, you can do that in the bar, can't you? I wonder where that was going. This is our opinion.
Yeah.
If you have a bucket list and you want to do it, then
go do it.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I still want to go on holiday, you know.
Yeah.
I still want to have a good time.
Talking of things dying, I'm just going to segue into friendships because I had a really weird death of a friendship that I didn't see coming. So there was someone that I would have considered one of my ride or dies.
Right.
She was one of the first people I told I had cancer. And looking back at it now, actually, I do think the way she reacted to that news was probably a bit of a flag that maybe something was coming.
Yeah.
She was quite dismissive, I want to say, like, oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
We were in like quite good contact, and then contact kind of, as things got more into treatment, died down. And I'd text her one day and just to check in and be like, hey, I'm really sorry I've been a bit distant. Things are just a bit crazy right now. How are you doing? And I got a text back that said, I just don't recognise your life anymore.
Wow.
And I replied with, nor do I.
What do you expect your response to be?
I was so taken aback by that attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody would have chosen to be in the position that we found ourselves in. And I haven't spoken to her really since
Not
then.
at all.
I dropped her a text for her birthday.
Yeah.
I sent her a birthday present as I normally would anyway, trying to reach out kind of thing. Never got anything back. So that was quite interesting. At the time, I was really quite sad about it.
Well, yeah, because it's a friendship that you're going through cancer anyway, which is shit enough. And without your friends just being like, okay,
yeah, see ya. You don't think that your friends will
react that way? No.
And I had some really great friends, and we'll talk about them in a minute because they deserve all the airtime. Now I'm like way past it and everything. I genuinely think, oh my God, how lucky am I to have lost that person from my life?
Yeah.
Because I don't think things can get much shitter than they did.
No.
And if anything does ever get shitter, she wouldn't have been there.
No, that of course she wouldn't. If she's not going to be there for you through through cancer, the worst time of your life, she's not going to be there for you for anything.
I know. It baffles me still to this day that
that was
the interaction that we had.
Considering you were your best friends.
Yeah, I'd have considered her part of my inner circle. Yeah.
Wow.
And we've been friends for a really long time as well. Like this isn't like an adult friendship. Like we've been friends for a really long time. She's gone. Haven't actually spoken to her since.
I mean, if she's not reaching out, like no. Don't waste your energy.
If she was to reach out, I think even now I'd just be like, I'm really sorry, I don't hold space for you.
No, well, yeah, good for you. No, you shouldn't.
No. But what it did do was provide a space for other friends to step up. And I had an amazing friend. She went on my naming care staff who I went to school with, and we weren't particularly close or anything at school, but she stepped up. Like every single day I had a message from her just checking in with that. You don't have to respond.
Yeah.
I'm here if and when. And she'd voice note me and she'd voicing while she's doing the school run, and the kids would be screaming in the background, and she'd just be talking about how frustrating it is, and she's stuck in traffic.
See, that's
did this
really nice, because I hate you do crave a little bit of normality, and I think you do get like quite tired of all of the questions of like, oh, how are you today? Because you can't answer that. Usually the answer was shit. So it's nice to have someone that just messages you and just says like, oh God, this happened to me today, and I'm so bored, or I'm so like this, and oh God, my boyfriend's been a twat. Yeah. She was lovely. She still is lovely. She's still alive. She was lovely. That would have been like fitting for this episode, though. She died.
Although she's great. We don't talk so much now, I think, because the friendship's changed again, as it did. Like, we're both back to full-time life. There's no need to like help prop the other one up.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard as the person going through it to know that you just need someone who's there and who's solid and who isn't pretending that this is all okay.
Yeah.
But they're also just ignoring it, and they're just talking to you as if they would be any other normal day. And like Steph and I didn't have that before because we weren't necessarily talking.
Right.
She just swept in and went,
wow,
I'm back in contact. I'm here, and I'm going to tell you about mundane, boring stuff that's happening in my life. And when you want to talk about your cancer shit, we'll talk about your cancer shit.
Yeah.
When you're ready to go for lunch, we'll go for lunch.
Yeah.
I will come to you to make it easier. Those are the friendships I want. I want people in my life that are going to prop me up.
Yeah.
They're going to celebrate the tiniest of wins. Like, as we came to the end of my chemotherapy, she was literally every day. She'd be like, 12 more days, 11 more days, 10 more days. We've got this. In 8 days' time, we're going to be doing this. 7 days, 6 days. I can't even like put into words how amazing that was. She's got out to everyone needs a friend like Steph.
I've had great friends. I can't relate because all of my friends are fantastic. I didn't have like you, like I didn't have someone that was a great friend that just decided to fuck off.
Thank God.
In the cancer community, I have heard a lot of people who have similar experiences and who, you know, don't know what to do because, oh, my friend said this and I don't know how to react to that, and or my friend's not talking to me anymore. I just find it baffling that if you really, really care about someone, that you would just sort of so flippantly be like, yeah, you got cancer, I'm not bothered. That's so weird to me.
It is weird.
Yeah. It just speaks to, your friend's character, that's how they're going to treat you. And it's, you know, you don't need those people in your life.
Never gets cancer.
Well, exactly.
I mean, even if she did get cancer, I'd still be there.
Well, of course she would, yeah. But not knobhead.
Not.
No, you're not.
Have you had any Stephs in your life?
Well,
name can be changed.
Yeah, I don't actually know anyone's called Steph. Shout out to all of my friends, really. Like, they've been so amazing through the whole thing. I'm gonna shout out to this. I mean, I've mentioned a couple of people. Fraser, one of them. I feel like he's appeared in quite a few episodes.
Yeah,
I'm aware the friend's gonna be like, "Why the fuck did you call Fraser?"
To lick your head.
Yeah, just mainly because he's done stupid things. Yeah, so I just want to mention my friends Helen and Imogen. I went out to dinner with them in the week, and we were talking about the podcast, and Imogen was like singing its praises and saying how great it was.
Thank you very much, Imogen.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, do I get a shout out? Have you mentioned me?" I was like, no, sorry, but I have mentioned Helen. I just want to mention Imogen and Helen. You're both fantastic. Thank you so much. I love you. Love you both for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of being a good friend, I think I've probably left a few people on red. Oh, so I do that one. I sent you a link earlier that you have not. No, I didn't reply to it.
You don't need it. Shani needs to go because she needs to go reply to my text. Such a shit friend.
But I'm gonna go and, if you're waiting for a reply from me, I'm gonna go do it now.
Do you want to share your story? We'd love to hear from you, whether you've had cancer or not. Slide into our DMs on Instagram at onelump_or2.
Or email us at onelumportwopod@gmail.com.
See you next week.
Bye!